Welcome learners. In this session, we're going to discuss about the animation part for Google Map. You surely would have seen your cab driver reaching to you and the small steps that the car moves. In that case, that's just a small animation done with the help of a PNG icon on the car. In this, I'm going to talk about how we can animate the camera if you move away from your present location. I'm also going to talk about how you can put components on the Google Map, like how you would see on a food delivery app where the driver's position as well as name, phone number, etc. things get plotted. Well, I'm not going to take it to that complexity presently because over here I intend to keep it very simple. Hence, I'm going to plot only the Google Map address for our Hoping Minds office. In this way, you shall also understand how to put multiple markers on the app. Let's tune in to our session so that you can learn all of these concepts. Let me lay down the blueprint for our current session. What we're going to do is first understand something called as animate camera. Well, this is a function which will display the animation of you moving out from the camera position. So let's say if you're trying to move left and right on the camera, then you will be having your button, that is your GPS button, that will be helping you pull it back to the original location. Second, we're going to talk about controllers. Well, this controllers is exactly the thing how in case of camera was controlling the camera output. Similarly, controller in map will be controlling the map. Third, I'm going to put yet another marker and then display the Hoping Minds location, that is my office location, which is going to be in Punjab. Let's start with the animate camera. What I'm going to do is over here create my Google Map controller in which I'll mark this as null. Now, when my Google Map will get created, I have one particular function, that is this on map created. Well, over here I'm going to initialize my map controller. Next, do you remember this GPS button? Over here, what I'll try and do on map controller, I'll try to use this animate camera function. Then on camera update, I will mention this camera position to be my user camera position. Well, how exactly this thing will work? Let's try to do a hot reload, head over to the app and let me move slightly away from my present location. Now, when I tap on it, it pulls me back to the original position. Well, did you notice it did not do it in a jiffy? This had that smooth animation and then it gets me here. That's exactly what my map controller will be helping me to do. Now, over here, what I have done is already plotted the Hoping Minds office on my Google Maps browser. What I'll do is just right click and note down the latitude and longitude for my office. So it says copied to clipboard. Well, that's a feature even I was not aware of. So hopefully now I can have one lat long variable in which I'll put office position and I'll put this numbers and then in the set of markers Now on this marker set, I'll copy this, put yet another marker ID 2, and then over here I'll put Hoping Minds office, which will be having this position to be pointing as office position. Now let me remove this zoom level 15 and keep it as maybe zoom level as 3. So basically what I'll be getting is a very long view, and probably I'll be able to see the entire India map on my screen. Let's try to do one round of run and see how this thing will work from the very beginning. Yeah, so that's my current location, and that is the location where the Hoping Minds is. Now over here I can try to click and I can zoom in into my app and try to figure out how long is the distance from the Hoping Minds office to where I'm recording this video. Now this is the zoom level, guys. Well, I think 3 is way too much off. I'll try to keep it as 8. Next, what I'll try and do is, since the marker implementation is complete, over here at the bottom half of the screen, I'm going to put one card widget which shall display this details into my app. In order to do so, what I'll try and do is have this small container widget which I'm going to align at the bottom. Let me keep the child as container. Let me give the decoration as colors.white, and then a bit amount of border radius. Over here, what it will be displaying is the marker for where, or the address where my office is. So let me copy this and try to have this exactly UI, wherein in the row widget I'll try to put my location marker, or let's say just simple marker. I think it's called GPS. And location on. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is first display the icon followed by a text widget in which I'll paste this entire address. Now this is going to kind of look ugly, but let it be. The very first thing which I want to notice is whether this container is actually displaying. Yes, it does display. Do you notice it's exceeding on the right hand side? Well, let me wrap this in an expanded widget. Hence, it would not overflow in my row. Now, let me increase the marker size and I'll keep it as 40 with colors dot red. Now when I do a hot reload, you'll notice this turns slightly bigger and even it has turned to be red. Now I can put a bit amount of padding that's exactly over here. I'll put on all the sides a padding of 10 pixels so that the contents don't stick to my container. And yes, that's exactly how I wanted it to be looking. So what I have done is a bit amount of customization on the map. The entire point of doing this small customization was how exactly Uber would be doing it in their own app. There would be somewhat a 3/4 section wherein you will be getting the display for the cabs, followed by what are the cars that Uber will be serving in that particular area, and followed by any promotional offers. How do they do it is exactly like the stack widget I have used, wherein I tried to put this office location to be a container. They try to do it with a bit of complex UI. Well, we are finally arrived to a point where all the hardwares got completed. We started off with cameras, went into video recordings, and then implemented a Google Map plugin from scratch. The entire module stands now complete, wherein you can try to put your efforts, your imagination, and probably if you are having any startup idea along with this three to get implemented. It would be fascinating to let how you are combining these ideas and making a viable project out of it. Do let us know by connecting to us. Stay tuned with our module 5, wherein I'm going to help you connect your mobile with state management approaches. That's again going to be one interesting topic. That's because I'm going to help you even understand how you can get data from the server. But for that, you have to check in with us on our module 5. Goodbye.